I want to thank you all for coming here, and I really want to thank you all for being part of this march. I wish I could join you, but we have work to do over there later this afternoon. As you've heard, Congress, after 50 years of sitting on the Equal Rights Amendment, actually sent it to the states for ratification in 1972. And back then, it was proposed a couple of times in Arizona, but Arizona was one of the laggard states. So, Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor, when she was a state senator, she proposed it in 1972. And Sister Claire Dunn, who was a Catholic nun who representative LD9, where Victoria and I are from, in Tucson, proposed it in 1975. And in her House speech, Sister Dunn said that the Republicans had stopped the ERA with horse and buggy procedures and nefarious methods. These are the same methods that the Republicans are using nationwide against the ERA. And I say it's time for the Republicans to have a vote on the ERA. Their constituents want to know where they stand on equal pay for women. Why are they afraid to vote? I call on Speaker Powers and President Fan to support a vote on the floor of the House and the floor of the Senate in 2019. There are people who say that they can't support the Equal Rights Amendment because they are pro-life. I say that the Equal Rights Amendment is pro-life. There are too many moms and babies dying in the state of Arizona because of access to care. And there are too many moms and children living in poverty because of wage discrimination and because of bad policy coming out of those buildings. If you are pro-life, then you would want the children of Arizona to be raised with food security, housing security, and financial security. And their moms are not going to get that until they have equal pay for equal work, and we end wage discrimination in the state of Arizona. This wage discrimination affects women at all levels in the state of Arizona. It affects the moms who are living in the trailer parks in LD9 and are working in the gig economy, driving an Uber and trying to pay for childcare. But it also hurts the women at the top of their game. There are high-profile wage discrimination lawsuits right now coming out of the University of Arizona on behalf of deans, women deans who are not getting paid equally, and a group of women scientists who are not getting paid equally. So wage discrimination exists, and the legislature could change it. I think that we should push them into having a vote, because like Victoria says, what are they afraid of, right? So I'm gonna end today with a little family story. So my dad was a member of the United Steelworkers. And when I was at Ohio State in the early 1970s, I came home to Amherst, Ohio one night, and I was sitting on the front porch drinking a beer with my dad and watching the grass grow and looking at the fireflies. This is what you do in small town America, right? And my dad turns to me and he says, "You support the Equal Rights Amendment, huh?" And I said, "Yeah." And he says, "You think women should be paid the same as men?" And he goes, "Right?" And I said, "Yeah." He says, "You know why they're not paid the same as men?" I said, "No, tell me," right? And he goes, "Because they settle for less." And he said, if women want equal pay for equal work, they need to organize and fight for it, and that's what we're doing here today. We need your back. We need you to push the legislature to bring the ERA to a vote. We have the votes to pass it. If the Republicans won't kowtow to their party and will actually stand up for us, and now what you need to do is you need to call on President Fan and Speaker Powers and say, let us vote, and let's ratify the ERA. The women of Arizona want to know where you stand. Thank you.